Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show, right here on WUAT AM 1110 and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. Hello, Papa.
I had to wade through the snow to get here, Billy.
Did you now?
Aren't you proud of me?
Them big snow flurries, I tell you.
Well, I looked out and saw my car this morning and couldn't see my car.
Well, I couldn't see my windshield, but my car wasn't covered, but my windshield was.
My whole car was covered.
Hey, I like it like it. Snow I can handle. It beats the heck out of rain and freezing rain.
Just the Tennessee River will go up another 7 or 8 feet?
Oh, I'm sure it is. All it does is rain.
Well, it's not right, man.
That's literally all it does. And it's getting on my last nerve. If I wanted all this rain, I'd move to Seattle. Like, enough already. So have some sunshine and some pretty days for once. We get one, and then we get like 7 straight days of rain. Then we'll get one good day again, then 7 more straight days of rain.
You think it's you that's causing it? Move to Australia.
I should. I should. I need to move to a warmer climate.
I know, but Australia needs the rain.
Yeah, they do. I know. Like, let them have that rain. They need it. We do not. We got plenty. And I mean plenty.
Right now.
Yes. Last few years, ever since the drought in 16, that's done nothing but rain.
That's just 4 years.
It's depressing. I don't like it. I don't like it. Not this much rain anyway. But anyway, enough about the dang weather.
Dang weather.
We got some announcements for you. Now, the Scout Troop, this is the Boy Scouts, 76. They're going to be serving the fundraising breakfast, Papa, on Saturday, February the 15th from 6 a.m. until noon. It'll be at the new city office down by you. They'll have... Oh, it does say donations are accepted, by the way. They will need donations. But because this is for a really good cause, they're going to have breakfast plates with pancakes.
Kids are going to cook?
I don't know about that, but hey, they're having pancakes. That's all I care about.
Good.
They'll have eggs, bacon, sausage, biscuits and gravy, toast, and a cup of coffee. Sounds good to me. That is Saturday, February the 15th. That starts at 6 a.m. Tomorrow, radio listeners, is a big country breakfast at the Veterans Hall, 7:30 to 10 a.m. They will have biscuits and gravy, ham, sausage, bacon, scrambled eggs, hash browns, tomatoes. To drink, you can get a cup of coffee or a glass of orange juice or milk for a donation that goes towards their charity fund. This month's breakfast is sponsored by Dunlap Stone. And the ones at Freeville Baptist Church clothes closet will be open tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 12 noon. They're open, though, every first and third Saturday of each month. So just keep that in mind. They have nice clothes for work, play, and dress of all sizes at no charge. They're located on Lantana Road, Highway 101, right on the Bledsoe-Cumberland County line.
I know where they are.
Yeah, I've been out there. And for more info, you can call Betty at 881-3032.
I believe Betty and I graduated together.
Oh, yeah, I think I've heard you say that before now that I think about it. Also, radio listeners, Valentine cakes and cookies are still on sale by the Shadyville Church of God Youth Group. You can order them through this Sunday, February the 9th. Just contact Amber Edmonds on Facebook or give her a call at 533-2208, or you can call Patricia Edmonds at 533-2258. So if you're wanting to order that, you got until this Sunday, folks, to place that order. Bledsoe County Youth Baseball, Softball, and T-Ball sign-ups are underway, everyone. It's for ages 3 to 12 years old. They're going to be held every Saturday of February through the 15th. I'll take that back, not every Saturday in February. The 1st, 8th, and 15th. So, got 2 more. But they'll have to reschedule that, though. It will be every Saturday when all is said and done, because the ball games are canceled tomorrow.
I'm sure.
Because of the school being canceled. So, But anyway, it's Saturdays at Pikeville Elementary School from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. That is sign-ups for baseball, softball, and t-ball. And the Pikeville Volunteer Fire Department, they're going to be hosting a fundraising supper, Papa, Saturday, February 22nd.
That'd be 2 weeks from after tomorrow. From tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be from 4 to 7 p.m. You'll have a choice of meatloaf, pinto beans, cornbread, plus sides, dessert, and a drink. You can dine in or carry out. What?
Did you say meatloaf and pinto beans? Or?
It said or. Meatloaf or pinto beans. And
you don't get both?
Well, I don't know. You got to take it up with them.
Well.
Some people may want both. So I'm sure
I'm
you
sure
could.
Real people will want both.
I'm sure that was probably a miss.
They can buy both.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely get both, folks, obviously. You can get cornbread, sides, dessert, and a drink. You can dine in or carry out. It's not saying the cost, is it?
Might just be a donation.
Might be a donation. I really don't know, folks, because it's not telling us on here. So,
but who's the beneficiary of all?
But it's for a good cause. It's for the fire department.
Fire department.
Yeah, so it is for a good cause.
So I know where it is.
All proceeds benefit the fire department. So, for a good cause, it'll be there at the new fire department, February 22nd, from 4 to 7 p.m. Now you've got.
I've got a benefit coming up for.
We got 2 big benefits coming up.
Sonia Ollendorf is having a benefit, or the community is giving her a benefit, or her family, or her church. But anyway, there's going to be a benefit for her, and it's going to be March the 7th, which is on a Saturday. And it will be held at the West End Church of God in their Family Life Center.
Yeah.
That is nice. You're
It is. I have.
They're going to have an auction and a cake. Boy, cakewalks used to be real popular.
They did.
But you don't hardly ever see them anymore.
Glad
or
to
hear
see
about them. But we're going to have one here.
Bringing it back.
But anyway, the food is going to be served at 3:30 in the afternoon, with the auction coming along at 6. So the food's going to be chili and a barbecue supper.
That sounds good.
And the reason for the benefit, it's to help with out-of-pocket medical expenses.
That's true.
Those expenses get expensive.
Ridiculously expensive.
I can tell you.
I mean, we could have a whole show on how ridiculous that is.
I'm not going to tell you what that little 6-second procedure, that ablation they did on me, I'm not going to tell you what it cost. I don't want you to have a heart attack right here. But you can find out more about this. And listen, if you want to make donations, you can tell.
They need donations, yes.
So you can contact Sheila Lee at 423-827-7921. That's Sheila Lee. Diane Campbell can be reached by calling 423-309-2387. This is for Sonia Ollendorf, very popular lady in our town.
Sad situation, and we're hoping she gets better. Hope you pull through, Sonia, and get better. She's been at Siskins for the past few months, and but I think she's either already come home or she's fixing to come home. So definitely keep her and her family in your thoughts and prayers.
This is going
Same with the next one too. Yeah.
This is going to give the family and the community time to get their ducks in a row. This is not until March the 7th.
That's true.
So that's about a month of what day is today?
It is. It's a month away.
Also, we have a benefit for Big John Stewart.
Right.
And it's going to be held on February the 29th. It will be at the Bledsoe County High School. Yeah. That is unusual. You don't have many benefits there. But that's good, because there is the kitchen there and the facilities that were used for many years.
That's true.
So the food that's going to be served at this...
Plenty of seating too.
Yeah. They're going to have chili and hamburgers and hot dogs and much more.
Sounds good.
So those performing will be CC Stomp
at 3:30.
And it lasts for an hour to 4:30, 3:30, 4:30. But the star attraction, forgive me, CC Stomp, I don't know you.
This is according to Papa, by the way,
Creek
CC Stomp.
Tragic, they're not tragical. Let me tell you, they will lift your lid. 6 o'clock, they will start performing, and it will last until 6:45.
His second favorite grandson is in that band.
My second favorite grandson. Remember, this is February the 29th. This also is a benefit that's designed to help with out-of-pocket medical expenses. So the auction is going to be at 4:30. There will be another one at 6:45.
I know, yeah.
There's going to be
that's a good idea, though.
2 raffles. There's a rifle going to be raffled off. And also a quilt.
Yeah, it's a warrior quilt.
Oh, well, okay. I wonder what kind of gun it is. I bet it will kill.
I bet it will too.
I bet it will. The food will be served at 3 o'clock. Now, if you have items that you'd like to donate for one of the auctions, one will not be until 6:45, but the first one will be at 4:30. Should you...
Because this is also for out-of-pocket expenses.
Yeah, out-of-pocket expenses. If you should find something that you would like to donate to be auctioned off, you may take those items over to the Blitzel County Courthouse and leave them there in the mayor's office.
Yeah, Sue Culver's over there.
Her phone number, by the way, is 423-596-1735. You may reach Jonica Davis, but you can only text her at 423-309-1699. She's a teacher.
Yep.
She can only accept text.
We won't tell everybody why he's been diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. Which I just hate to hear that, I really do. So, of course, obviously the money's for treatment. You know, it's expensive.
Stage 4 is better than that the last stage?
Yeah, I mean, I just hate to hear that. But there's always hope. You know, you never give up. And
hope.
We'll see. Keep him and his family in your prayers, definitely.
Hope springs eternal in the human breast. Man never is, but always to be blessed. Yep. You don't want to take away hope, because if you do, you are hopeless.
Exactly.
You don't want to be hopeless.
No, no.
It's within us to stir up hope, because every day you have a new day. Tomorrow may have sunshine, you don't know. But you just keep on waiting.
That's right.
And trusting.
That's right.
That's all you can do.
So that's 2 big benefits coming up in the coming week. So want both of those to get a lot of support.
February the 29th and March the 7th.
March the 7th, yeah.
All right.
All right, well, it's trivia time.
All right. I bet you'll get everyone up to that.
Yeah, I bet.
What is an oak nut? What kind of nuts on an acorn?
Acorn.
I say acorn tree, dadgummit. No, an oak tree. Doggone.
You're still gonna give me the answer.
Well, you did answer it.
Yeah, well, that was good. That was good.
Oh, listen. Oh, what's the partner to? Oh. A-A-H-S. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, there you go. Ooze.
Okay.
Oohs and ahs is what women do over a baby or at a baby shower. I've heard it many times.
Yeah.
Never had a woman look at me and say, ah.
Shoot.
But I had some women look at me and say, oh, me. Number 3. You're not a Democrat. You're not a Republican. What are you?
Independent.
Independent. All right. Maud portrayer. Who portrays Maud on television? What's her name?
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you'd know that or not.
Yeah, well, she was very famous, though, yeah.
Well, Mama was not bad herself. And what was the other lady that was always so flirtatious?
Oh, and you're talking about the Golden Girls now.
Well,
yeah, B. Arthur was on the Golden Girls too.
But who was the other one? What was her name?
Oh yeah, the one, the slut.
I did not say that. I said she was flirtatious. That's all I said, Billy.
Yeah. She was funny on there.
Okay, this is from a movie titled Forrest
Gump.
See, you're on a roll. A car safety feature that's in all cars, 2 words, that's automatically
seatbelt, airbag.
Either one will work just fine. Either one works just fine. Okay, Mr. Haggard of country music fame.
Merle Haggard.
You know the most amazing thing about him? He was bad he had a speech impediment that really bothered him, but not when he sang.
I know. Well, now Mel Tillis had that.
Yeah. Well, it might be Mel Tillis.
It was Mel Tillis that had that.
That's the first mistake I made.
That's the first one he made today. That we know of.
A Sasquatch cousin. Who's Sasquatch's cousin?
Bigfoot
or
Yeti.
Okay. Well, you're not Mr. One.
I wish we could spot one of them and get rich, you know.
Television. Keep on having a program after program.
I know. That's the stupidest show ever. Finding
I've never
Bigfoot.
watched it. I'm not going to watch it, but...
Well, I don't watch it either because what's the point? They're not going to find him.
They're planting enough evidence that he might be out there. How do I know that if I've never watched one?
I know, right?
Don't make sense, Albert. Shut up. Where Terre Haute is.
Who's Terre Haute?
That's the name of a city. What state is Terre Haute in?
I don't even know what that means.
Terre Haute.
Is that a person?
It's the name. I said it's a city. But I ask you what state that city's in. Terre Haute, Indiana.
Oh, I would never got that one.
Well,
why would I?
You got a lot of colleges. I asked you where they were, and I thought you'd know where Terre Haute, Indiana was.
I don't. Sorry, I don't.
That's the second mistake. What is an arsenal stocked with? What's in an arsenal? Weapons, ammunition.
Yeah.
If you're a woman or a man and you ply a needle, what do you do with that needle?
No, you're sewing.
You sew it. So you know what ply means.
I guess I do because I figured it out. But,
well, that's what you do. You're working. You're if it's a plow or whatever, you're plying your trade at whatever you do.
Yeah, that's true.
Ply a trade. So when you see Judy using a needle over here, she's plying her trade.
Yeah, she does it well.
The party giver is the
host of the party.
Or the hostess.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Skippy Peanut Butter Rival. 3 letters, and I'll accept
JFG.
I didn't think you'd say JFG.
That's because it's the only peanut butter I know. And you said 3 letters.
Okay, but Jif is also 3 letters.
I have heard of Jif too. Yeah.
Well, Jif is more popular than JFG.
Well, JFG just popped in my head, just like these crazy questions just pop in your head.
Your mother uses nothing but JFG mayonnaise, but I didn't know you'd even know what JFG peanut butter was.
Yeah.
It's made in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Is it?
But Jif is nationwide, whereas JFG is local in this area.
Oh,
so I thought you would say Jif.
Oh, I didn't know JFG was just local.
What do you think's the #1 peanut butter? #1.
I mean, I don't know because I don't eat peanut butter much, and I don't even know anymore.
Peter Pan.
Oh, Peter Pan. Yeah, that makes sense.
Skippy might be.
I forgot about Peter Pan peanut butter.
Pan. Skippy might be more popular than Peter Pan. I hadn't thought about it. But I like crunchy peanut butter.
And Peter Pan is crunchy.
Well, you can get crunchy in any brand.
Oh, okay.
What they do, they leave some of the nuts in there not crushed.
Yeah.
So you can have a little body when you buy it.
Okay. That's smart.
That's all of trivia.
Well, good.
Now, are you ready for sports?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
You ready for sports?
Sports of all sorts. Yeah, let's talk some sports.
I want to talk football first because what happened last Sunday?
Super Bowl.
We had the Super Bowl last Sunday. That is football finale, you would think.
Mm-hmm.
But this
week, it was a great game.
This week, Tennessee is ranked number 8 in the nation in our recruiting class.
I know. I was really glad to see that.
The only thing that bothers you is Georgia's number 1.
I know.
Not Alabama.
Yeah, I was glad to see that at least, because usually it is Alabama.
Well, it was down.
But still, we're in the top 10 recruiting. That's a big step up.
That's big.
Highest we've been in a long time.
Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers, they towed it.
What a game. What a game. It was a great game.
Well,
Kansas City literally waited till the very end to just explode on them.
They scored 21 unanswered points.
Yeah.
21
in very few minutes,
The ball game was decided, 31-20?
Yeah.
I'm sure San Francisco was already counting their money. I
guarantee you they were done celebrating in the back of their minds.
They were celebrating, I would think.
And then Kansas City, came from way behind to beat Houston. They come from behind to beat the Titans. So I'm not really surprised that they had one more run in them.
Well, they hadn't won in 50 years.
I know, so I was really glad to see that.
San Francisco was after number 6.
Yeah, so why not root for Kansas City?
That miracle they performed there, that just as bam, those 21 points.
Mm-hmm.
100 million people were watching.
Gosh.
100 million people were watching that game.
It's just amazing, though.
And then after the game is over, the next day, Kansas City is already speaking and talking about dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what a dynasty is?
Yeah, it's dominate for years.
You're going to talk about Tom Brady. They don't have a Tom Brady, but here they are talking dynasty.
I think it's a little premature for them to say that. Don't you?
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. But I don't want to deflate their balloon.
Exactly. They're excited. They got their first championship in 50 years, so
let them enjoy it.
They deserve to enjoy it a little bit, don't they?
Well, they played good. They played good.
It was a great game. Great finish.
Basketball, volunteer style.
It's been very up and down.
Last Saturday we played well the first half. We were playing Mississippi State.
Yeah, we played one half.
Fully dominated the rest of the way.
Absolutely.
86-73 was the final score. We got the tar beat out of us, really, that last time.
The second half was pathetic. Tennessee did not show up.
The coach told them at the half what Mississippi State was going to do, and they did exactly what Mississippi State did exactly what our coach told our players they would do, and they did it.
They prepared them for it. But they didn't listen to coach. They didn't make the necessary adjustments.
Then we played Alabama.
No, that turned out a lot better. What a game that was.
I don't understand that, do you?
No. Good road win.
Down on our southern border, the little old state of Alabama is sitting down there waiting on us to come to town where they could beat us. But listen, both teams are riding a mediocre season. Both teams.
Definitely, yeah.
No, neither one's going anywhere.
No, I don't think so.
We'd won 12, and I think they'd won 10 or something like that.
Yeah, this was our 13th win.
But that gave us 13 wins. But you know what?
We need a signature win.
We're capable.
Yeah.
But you've got to be firing on all cylinders, and I've not really seen us hit on all cylinders yet.
No.
Not really.
Hopefully they do at some point this season.
Well, I'd like to see them do it tomorrow.
Yeah, be nice.
We'll play Kentucky.
That'd be the time to do it.
But if you're going to get a signature win, they're ranked. They're ranked, and they're Kentucky.
Exactly.
So,
and you know, we always play well against them, usually, especially in Knoxville.
Well, not always, but we do. Usually we're on the court. We're competitive.
Yeah.
And I like that. We were not competitive against Mississippi State.
No.
But that Alabama game, we developed a 4-point lead with 4.4 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
So you think, boy, there's no way we can lose. But Alabama came up the court and sunk a 3-pointer, nothing but net. Had we fouled him?
I know.
Had we fouled him?
Yeah.
And he made the foul shot?
Then overtime.
Ball game. So 69 to 68. You don't want to win games in the 60s unless you could keep your opponent 1 point below you.
That's right. That's right.
But 69.
That's what we did.
69 points is not going to win in the SEC very many times.
No. But we needed that win desperately. So we'll take it.
Yeah, we did take it too.
That's right.
Well,
the Lady Vols had a tough week too.
Oh my
They got thumped by South Carolina.
Well, listen.
It was close for a little while.
Now I know why South Carolina is ranked number 1.
Mm-hmm. They're good.
They're darn good.
They're good. Now, last night the Lady Vols lost to Mississippi State.
But let me tell you.
But Renee Davis did not play.
Okay, Davis didn't play, but we got 20 from Burrell.
Yeah, she stepped up.
But now there was an article in the paper this week that said she had to. An article in the paper featured that one aspect of the Tennessee team is lacking. They said she needs to step up. Well, she saw that she had to because Davis was gone.
Yeah.
But had Davis been there, Davis would have taken her 20 shots.
I know she needs to step up all the time. She needs to help Davis out. But I mean, Renee Davis averages 18 points a game. Said that she's her leading rebounder. It's a lot to overcome in a game like Mississippi State.
Well, Mississippi State's ranked number 8, so but still, we should have. I think you know what beat us? We
played right with them though.
But no turnovers is what killed us.
Yeah, of course.
They scored 20 points, and they didn't beat us 20, but they scored 20 points off of 24 turnovers. Mm-hmm. The turnovers were made by quick hands.
I know.
Their hands would dart out in front of that ball before our player could catch it.
I know.
And then they could get to the ball and take off and shoot.
Yeah. The turnovers has been a problem all year,
I think some of our turnovers could be eliminated.
I do too.
If we didn't throw slow, lazy passes.
That's the problem. We
assume that player is going to stay behind our player. Mm-hmm. But whenever that hand darts out there and knocks that ball before you get it, it's up for grabs.
Oh, they look sloppy sometimes. It's like
they look terrible.
I mean, it's like the ball's got something on it that they just cannot absolutely catch it.
Well, 55 points won't win a game in the SEC.
No. Now, had Davis played, it probably would have been a different story. But they got to do something about this turnover problem because it's bad.
Well, if Albert sees what's going on, I'm sure Karen.
She's aware of it and she's talked about it. She's very, very frustrated.
I would be too. What about tennis?
They're literally showing them, drills and going over it.
All you got to do.
I
bet you last night probably opened up some of those players' eyes. Well, I thought I thought that when I threw that pass over to her, I thought she'd catch it. But it wasn't her fault that other player got to it first.
No, it was a bad pass.
Bad pass.
But Horston, I know she's just a freshman, but man, sometimes she's just a turnover machine.
She made 6 last night, but she gave us 12 points.
Yeah, she turns it over way too much.
Well,
every game.
If you have 24 turnovers, that's 24 times you don't get to shoot. Mm-hmm. Those 24 times you don't get to shoot, and the other team goes down the court, you're giving them those 20 points.
That's right.
They didn't have to earn them; you gave them to them.
Yeah, we got to stop letting them giving away so many possessions like that.
That's what you're giving away is possession.
Mm-hmm.
You don't put the ball in the basket 50% of the time, but probably 40.
Exactly. And it killed them actually in the South Carolina game too. Same thing.
But we'll fall out of the top 25. We were only number 20.
Maybe. They might stay in just for the simple fact that Davis didn't play. They're Tennessee and Davis didn't play last night. They'll definitely take that into consideration.
Well, it'll also depend on what happened below them.
And it was two good teams they lost to.
Yeah, but if somebody below them is having a better push right now, they'll pass us. Push us further down the chain.
That's right.
Tennis, the Australian match.
Australian Open.
Okay.
Djokovic done it again. What a shocker.
Well,
I finally thought somebody other than the big three was going to win it.
Dominic. Well, I believe we'll hear from him again.
I do too. I do too.
But still, I don't think the big three, I don't think they're done.
I don't either.
But you've got Federer at 38.
Yeah.
And Djokovic,
Djokovic.
He's 32 or 34, somewhere around.
Yeah, he's the youngest one of the big three, and Nadal's in the middle.
Okay, but
and Nadal probably win the French Open.
Now,
because he never loses
Djokovic is he's two behind Nadal, and then Federer's got 20, right?
Yeah, Federer's got 20.
20 Grand Slam.
21, yeah, 20 at least, yeah.
But it's been good to see some good tennis played out of somebody besides the top three.
Yeah.
He pushed Djokovic.
He did.
He pushed it.
He did, and I was hoping he'd
get the upset.
Yeah. Now on the women's side, an American won it, and she was definitely not favored to win it. She never made it past the round of 16 at a major. And she won the whole thing.
But we'll hear from Coco again. But I'm afraid now that the Williams sisters might be on the backside of their career.
Could be. Maybe not Serena, but Venus definitely. Definitely. That disease is just affecting her. It causes fatigue and everything, and you can just tell. She's been struggling for years with it.
One thing that causes fatigue in me is work.
Yeah. But this girl, Sophia Kenin, is an American. She's only like 20 years old.
Very young.
It's amazing.
Coco's just
15. 16. I think she turned 16. She made the round. Well, she lost to Sophia Kenin.
Yeah.
That's who beat her. But I didn't think she'd go on to win the tournament.
But
she did.
I see some success for the United States in the women's tennis here.
Yeah. After that, definitely.
I think it looks better.
Sophia Kenin and Coco looks like they're the future.
Yeah.
And they'll probably be playing each other for titles soon.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I had a friend, he owned a meat packing company in Sweetwater, Tennessee. And I had a man that worked for me, a boy that worked for me while he was in high school. His name was Howard Burgess.
Yeah.
And Howard went on after he graduated, went into the military, and when he came out of the military, he went to work for Mr. Loomis over in Loomis Packing Company in Sweetwater.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Loomis and I were best of friends. He took us to the football game in Knoxville once a year.
Oh, cool.
Our whole family. He took us out for dinner and took us out for supper. We had
real nice.
We had a big day.
Yeah.
And his wife was as sweet as she could be. But anyway, Howard put his name in the pot to go to work for him, and Buck called me and asked me about Howard Burgess. Said, I've got his name here. And he's put you down for reference. I said, hire him, Buck. I said, he was a good worker for 4 years all the time he was in high school. So he did.
Yeah.
And Buck called me later. When Buck came over here once a week, he worked this community. He would come over here and buy cattle and buy hogs and take them over there and kill them and come back and sell them to us over here.
Yeah.
But anyway, Buck said, Albert, I'm going to teach Howard the whole operation. And said, I'm going to finally make him a salesman, but I want him to learn the trade from start to finish. And he did. He made him a salesman. Well, then I got a call one day from one of the big meat packers, Cudahy Packing Company in Chattanooga.
Right.
They called me and said, Mr. Roberts, your name's been put down for a reference for Howard Burgess. I said, hire him. So I called Buck Loomis and told him what I had done. I said, I just cut your top producer off as a salesman. I said, Cudahy's going to hire him. He said, Albert, don't worry about it. He said, I did all I could do for him.
Okay.
And the cream always rises to the top.
Yeah.
So that's what will happen in the tennis world.
Yeah.
That's what happens in football. That's what happens in basketball.
Good
the
point.
cream always rises to the top. You would not appreciate that unless you milked a cow.
Right.
And saw the cream rise to the top.
I was wondering where he was going with that story.
I'm sorry. I take a long time to tell my story.
Well, I was sitting there thinking, what's this got to do with sports? But now I'm with you. You saved it at the end.
By the way, Buck's wife owned department stores in 3 towns.
Oh.
He hired Howard's wife to come to work for her in one of those department stores.
Yeah.
Taught her the whole business. She wound up going to New York City being the buyer for all 3 stores.
Wow. They really took care of them.
They took care of them. And then when Howard died early.
Oh, really?
Buck called me one day and said they're going to have Howard's funeral tomorrow.
Wow.
I couldn't go.
Oh.
Now Buck's gone. Ann's gone.
Really? Good people sound like.
There's people that I want to talk to and tell things.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I ain't got nobody left.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't listen to him, folks.
Not as many as used to be.
Right. I can't believe you ain't got no golf news. That's a first.
I deliberately left it off. I deliberately left it off because I didn't want to hear you say that.
That's funny. Well, that's it for sports. Coming up after the break, it'll be time for some Albertology. That's coming up next right here on the Albert and Billy Show. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show here on WAT AM 1110 Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. Remember, you can watch all of our episodes on YouTube. One thing, our sponsor, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance. Go see Frank, Susan, and Sadie for all your insurance needs on Spring Street. Scotty's right here in downtown Pikeville, home of the Scotty Burger. The Loom right here on Cumberland Avenue. Our longtime neighbor, Miss Judy Yates. She can sew up anything for
Yes,
you.
she can. I've got some pants down there right now.
And alterations. I thought of the word. Can you believe it?
Alteration.
Also the offices of Emma Boynton, Michael Walker, and Lisa Wheeler, Mags Auto Sales, and Morgan Brothers. Thanks to all of our sponsors, and it's good old Albertology time, Papa.
Gotta have those sponsors.
Yeah.
Well, I want to touch on the Super Bowl just a minute.
And I guess we gotta have this Albertology, you know, I don't know.
Let me ask you something. Do you have something else you'd rather do?
That'd be a no. Just to aggravate you there, Papa.
I'm open.
That's payback for the joke we're gonna be telling.
The Super Bowl last Sunday revealed some staggering figures to me. Staggering figures.
Well, I know one's going to be the amount of people that watched it.
Well, we already discussed that. We already discussed that. But the amount of money wagered on that ball game was $7 billion.
Goodness.
Tennessee got not 1 red cent. Tennessee you think they need to make some arrangements where some wagering can go
something.
But $7 billion bet on the ball game.
Let's try low, Allie. Our producer's killing me with the heat. I go from freezing to burning up.
$5 million on ads.
Good Lord.
No, 500 million.
Oh, good Lord. That's even.
I looked at it.
That's crazy.
We plowed through 1.4 million chicken wings.
Did we now?
And I ate 4 of them.
I didn't eat the first one.
I was a judge at our church. We had a TV party.
Yeah.
And had a wing contest, and I had to eat 4 wings. Had to eat 4 wings.
Bless you hard. I hate that for you.
Wasn't it terrible?
Terrible, I tell you.
We spent more.
So mistreated.
We spent more than $17 billion on food and beverages and party supplies.
Man, oh man.
My conclusion, on all the money that was spent on the Super Bowl because of the Super Bowl. People have money. Expendable income. But not me.
But they act like they don't. A lot of people act like they don't have the money, but they do come up with it for stuff like that.
I will have some jokes about the Super Bowl. Billy Graham came up. Someone gave me a book about Billy Graham's life. And of course, Billy Graham's not with us anymore.
Right.
But his son Franklin Graham is continuing the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association work. I can't talk, can I?
There's some tough ones there.
But his ministry covered 70 years.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? When television came on the scene, he was one of the first televangelists to take advantage of television.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he had maybe the first. It'd definitely be one of them.
Billy Graham said he was called by God to preach the gospel, and he did it for, well, like I say, his ministry covered 70 years.
Yeah, that is amazing.
There have been 6 billion copies of the Bible printed.
Yeah.
And are now, that's how much still in print, I guess. And it's been printed in 2,000 languages. I got this out of the book about Billy Graham.
Okay.
Franklin Graham's parents. Franklin was not always a good child.
Was he the rebel?
He was the rebel for a while, and he learned it. But he said he saw in his parents that they believed the Bible.
Yes.
They taught the Bible. They preached the Bible, and they lived the Bible.
Yeah. The wife was named Ruth, right? His mom was named Ruth.
She was a Presbyterian, and he was a Baptist. I have been in 2 schools this week. I got invited to Wheeler.
Oh, you subbed at Wheeler, Allie. That's big news. He's never went out there before.
Yeah, I've been out there before.
Okay.
And then I went to the 5th grade.
You just don't go out there much.
No, I don't. But when I go into the high school, up over the door, when you go in, it has a wooden plaque that's been made probably by the vocational school. But it has 4 words on that plaque. In God we trust.
Yes.
In 1956, I'm still talking about Billy Graham now. In 1956, the President of the United States was David Eisenhower. And he contacted Billy Graham and asked him to come and talk to him. Billy Graham went. He said, Billy, I believe that our nation is drifting morally. I would like for you to make some suggestions to me. So Billy Graham prayed about it, and he came back to the President of the United States in 1956. He had 2 suggestions. Number 1, he said, I believe that in our pledge to the flag, when we say that we're one nation, we should put one nation under God.
Yeah.
So it was added to the pledge. 1956, I graduated in 53. I never made that pledge in my life.
Oh, okay.
One nation under God. So that was the first suggestion he made, and it's there. I hear the kids do the pledge every time I'm in school.
Yeah. I'm glad they put it in there.
I am too. Second suggestion he gave to the President of the United States. In our coins, every time a coin is coined, I think we need to put on that coin, in God we trust.
I did not know that come from Billy Graham.
And it's in our schools now. They actually have that up over the door so every student entering those buildings can read that.
I'm glad.
Whether they do or not, I don't know. Yeah. But it's there. Albert has noticed it.
I'm glad it is.
Okay.
I'm sure some places, don't allow it.
I'm about halfway through with the book. I really enjoyed reading the book but I've got other books about Billy Graham, but this is just my latest one.
Okay.
The word television. This is Albertology. I'm Roman. The word.
I'm Roman. So we're off Billy Graham now.
Yeah.
Okay.
The word tele means far
Okay.
in Greek. The word vision means sight in Latin.
Okay.
So to transform moving objects and talking objects on the screen was the result of a man by the name of Renia Konstantin Parisky.
What a name.
He is the one that came up with the idea that it would work, that you could transfer far off moving object, talking objects onto a screen. And it worked.
Obviously.
Okay, in the USA Today in 2006 said that there were each home had more television sets than people. In 2006.
I believe that.
So I want to ask you a question. Do you think, after all those years, that television is a boon, a blessing, or a curse?
All the above.
All of the above?
Yeah.
This week in our newspaper, and I read the paper every day, looking for things to talk about on here, there was a big article, half a page big, about pornography and how it has had its inroads through television.
Well, we are all over the place here, aren't we?
Well, listen.
We go from Billy Graham to pornography, Alec.
I asked you about television. It used to be that not a curse word could be uttered on television until after children went to bed.
Yeah. And that obviously changed.
It has changed.
Yeah.
And now that a person can bring pornography into their living room, into their bedroom, all through television.
Yeah.
At any time of day.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have internet and all these things. You know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they'd have to choose to want to watch it, more or less. Most of the time, anyway.
And on the subject of pornography, 29%, well, I'll drop it. But it has reached, it's not just children.
29% what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Of adults are involved too. It's not just children.
Yeah.
It's adults. And it's reached into the churches too. Reached into the pulpits too.
Yeah.
So this article that I was reading, like I say, if you want me to use something else besides Albertology, you let me know. All right.
But I'm not surprised that it's a higher number of adults. That's not that surprising, really.
No. Listen, it's the business that pornography gets, volume-wise, dollar-wise, is more than the economies of some nations.
Right.
It's just
I know, it's crazy.
This article, I should have brought the whole article and read it all. Politics. Now listen. I heard this on television Saturday night. One of the men running on the Democratic ticket is named Bloomberg.
Michael Bloomberg. Mayor of New York City, right?
All right. No, not now.
Used to be. Okay. He has spent, according to this program, they said he had spent $275 million thus far on running for president of the United States on the Democratic ticket. Listen, now he says, I'm going to spend $275 more million. It must be nice to just have that kind of money to burn.
I said a while ago, $17 billion, $7 billion, all these billions of dollars. People have money.
But he has a lot.
He has a lot of money, and it's expendable.
Yeah.
I have money.
Or he wouldn't be just throwing it out like that.
I have money in my pocket.
Right, but not no.
But I don't have money, and I have money in the bank. I could write a check.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you how much for it. You might want to borrow $500.
It's an enormous amount of money, though.
People have money, and they spend it.
Yeah.
Reader's Digest.
He's really campaigning hard then, isn't he?
But he's not been allowed on stage with any of the competitors.
Oh. Okay.
He's not met the criteria that they have to have necessary to be on stage to compete with one another and blast each other.
Wow.
But I think that's going to change. Sure to goodness, and he can take some of that money and buy.
I was about to say, what's the point of spending all that money if you can't even get on the stage?
Well, I'm sure he's doing a lot of television advertising.
Yeah, he's bound to be.
Well,
bound to be.
I see some of them.
Yeah, I think I have saw some commercials for him.
I think the Republican candidate would be Donald Trump.
Yeah, yeah, and the Democrats wide open right now.
I don't know which one will get the nod.
Don't it? It's close.
Unless
it's close.
secretly, behind the scenes, Hillary's working.
Right.
I don't know. But I've got some Reader's Digest jokes or compliments of my neighbor.
Yes, yes.
Cindy brought me 3 books the other day, Reader's Digest book.
Oh, Aunt Cindy did
Cindy,
again?
Aunt Cindy.
Well, good. Thank you, Aunt Cindy.
I was on a business call when I realized I was late for a class at the gym. I must have sounded rushed because the woman on the phone said, "Am I keeping you from something?" I replied, "I have to leave for Tai Chi."
For what?
Tai Chi.
What in the world?
Well, it's going to the gym.
Okay.
Oh, she said, intrigued. What country is that in?
You gotta be kidding me.
My esteemed colleague told me he had hard-boiled eggs in the morning,
Okay.
uses them as pocket warmers, and then has them as a little mid-morning snack when he gets to work. So the line between genius and madness is very thin.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, here's the one I wanted to tell you about. My boss. These are all having to do with work.
Oh, okay.
My boss told me to have a good day, so I went home. That is
That's
having
pretty
a good day.
That is having a good day. Thank you, boss.
If you can get paid, if you can get paid too. You know,
I'd like to see the boss's reaction to that, though.
I worked for 42 years in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
I never got paid by the hour. I was
Salary.
on a salary. I swore to myself I would never work that way again. I went to work for George Reed at the funeral home and worked for 10 years on a salary. And now I'm working for minimum wage. Okay. This is colleagues have been writing names on their food in the office fridge. I am currently eating a yogurt called Debbie. Didn't bother him that Debbie wanted her own yogurt. I wonder how many consecutive Mondays Todd will respond not long enough in regard to how his weekend was. We're up to 7 already. How was your weekend? Not long enough. People like weekends. Long weekends.
I've said that one myself probably 700 times.
Okay, my friends asked me to go camping.
Okay.
So I made a list of the things I would need. Number 1, new friends. I like that. A priest buys a lawnmower at a yard sale.
Okay.
Back home, he pulls on the starter rope a few times, no results.
Yeah.
He storms back to the yard sale and tells the owner of the mower he had bought, "I can't get the mower to start." "That's because you have to curse to get it started," said the owner.
Oh.
"I'm a man of the cloth. I don't even remember how to curse." "You keep pulling on that rope and it'll come back to you."
Boy, that's the truth. That's the truth. I like
It'll
that
come back to you.
Look at this one. My dad is so cheap that when he dies, he's going to walk toward the light and turn it off. That's pretty good. That's cheap.
One day, my younger brother knocked on our neighbor's door and asked if her son David could come out to play.
Okay.
David's mother was suspicious since David wasn't usually a favorite playmate.
No.
So she asked why He wanted her son to come out. He says, well, we need a monster.
It's not because they really want him around.
I like to think the guy who invented the umbrella was going to call it Brella, but he hesitated.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened.
Here's a picture of St. Peter at the gate.
Let's see that.
And here's the guy that's died, and so St. Peter says, you'll be relieved to hear your phone died too.
And the phone is flying off with little wings, folks.
I stopped off at the supermarket to buy my son-in-law his favorite pie, sour cream raisin. The box had $15 price on it.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be a little tacky.
Especially for something that would taste so bad.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he's buying it for his relative. So he thought that'd be tacky, so he asked the man behind the counter if he could do something about that price. He said, well, I'll go over it and I'll price it. So he did. He could still see through the price. So he said, I know what to do. I'll cover it up. And so he put a sticker on it, and the sticker said $2.98 day old. That's not very nice. Now you let me know when I got to do some of my jokes.
Let's do some of your jokes.
You owe some of mine now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those were good.
All right. Just a reminder. The Chiefs, this is from the Super Bowl now.
Oh yeah, I wanted to hear these.
The Chiefs are the ones wearing red. The Niners are the ones wearing white.
Yeah.
And the Patriots are the ones watching from home like the rest of us.
That's right. Heck yeah. And I was so glad about that. I didn't care who won as long as New England didn't.
So who can we blame for no Super Bowl ad featuring the Clydesdales?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that ad when it first came out?
Yeah, there wasn't any this year, was there?
No.
Well, that is weird.
Did you watch the halftime festivities?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it.
Shakira is
Shakira.
Well, I don't know who she is.
Of course not,
Shakira?
because you never watch TV.
She's 43. J-Lo is 50.
And they're both hot.
I couldn't move like that at 20.
That's two good-looking women, and they were strutting their stuff.
A New York woman has admitted that she is responsible. This is not the Super Bowl.
Thank you for clarifying.
There's one more, though. Let me go. It's down here. Millions of Americans gorged themselves on chips and hot wings and screamed at the TV, and some may even have watched the Super Bowl. All right, now this is not the Super Bowl.
Okay.
A New York woman has admitted that she is responsible for sending her boyfriend to the emergency room 24 times last year by secretly putting pesticides in his food.
Whoa.
When he asked the doctor what to take for that, he said, take a hint.
Yeah, for real.
She don't want you, boy.
Quit being an idiot.
All right. What did the chicken say when it saw a duck about to cross the road?
I don't know.
I wouldn't do that. You'll never hear the end of it. All our stories are about the white.
Right.
But why did the egg cross the road? No, how did the egg cross?
Yeah, I was going to ask how does an egg cross the road?
Cross the road.
How did it?
It scrambled across.
Dang it!
Why do hummingbirds hum?
I don't know.
They don't know the words.
I can't never figure these out. That was pretty good.
Now here we go about the chicken again. That chicken told that duck, said you'll never hear the end of it. Why did the chicken cross the road, roll in the mud, then cross the road again?
I don't know.
He was a dirty double crosser.
I wish I could just figure out one of those. 4 more, Papa.
Oh, okay. When should you buy a bird?
When should you buy a bird? I do not know.
When it's going cheap.
When it's going cheap. Okay. That wasn't that funny.
Did you know that did you know it's been determined that babies born on holidays are more likely to be girls?
Okay. Wait, these are not funny at all. These jokes.
Well, now listen. That's because there's no deliveries on holidays. No mail deliveries on holidays.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was waiting for the punchline.
A kid comes in from outside and tells his dad he's freezing. His dad doesn't even look away from the TV. Go stand in the corner, he yelled. The kid is surprised, believing he's done nothing wrong. Why? Because they always make him go stand in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, he said the corner is 90 degrees.
Oh.
Now
Two more.
I'm gonna give you. This is a long one. This will be the last one.
This will be the last. Okay.
I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
James is walking along a downtown street one day when he happens to see his old high school buddy, Harry, a little ways up ahead.
Okay.
He runs up and greets him. Harry, how are you? Not so good, says Harry.
Uh-oh.
Why? James asked. What happened? Well, Harry said, I just went bankrupt and I've still got to feed my family. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Dang.
Could have been worse, James replied calmly. Could have been worse. And he left.
Okay.
A month or so later, James again encounters Harry, this time in a restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And how are things now? He asked. Terrible, said Harry. Our home burned down last night.
God.
Could have been worse, said James.
Poor guy.
And goes about his business. A month later, James runs into Harry a third time.
He's probably afraid to ask.
Well, how goes it? He asked Harry. Oh, says Harry. Things just got worse and worse. It's one tragedy after another. Now my wife has left me. Harry nods his head and gives his usual optimistic seeming little smile, accompanied by his usual words, could have been worse.
Right.
This time, Harry grabs James by the shoulders. Wait a minute. I'm not going to let you off so easy this time. 3 times in the past few months, we run into one another. And every time I've told you the latest disaster in my life, and every time you say the same thing, could have been worse. This time, for God's sake, Harry, I want you to tell me how in heaven's name could have been any worse. James, with the same little smile, said, could have been worse. Could have happened to me.
Okay, that one was really good. That one was good.
I saved the best one for last.
You did. You did. Well, thanks for listening to us here on WUAT Radio and for watching us on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. As we always say, you can watch every episode of the Albert Billy Show on YouTube. Tune in next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. So long, folks.
See you, folks.